Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, so this is why I was wondering how Ernesto got a SunTrust account in 2019 or whatever that he mentioned in these March 24 texts with Sonya. Sonya's running around like a chicken with her head cut off, trying to get evidence to free her man. That hearing that Ernesto's going to be having on Monday, September 16th, is going to discuss the gag order that his attorney put in, and also the intrinsic evidence that it states notice of intent to offer intrinsic evidence and request for pretrial hearing on admissibility. Real Talk Bougie, thank you for pulling this document, and she has a video which I will link in the description box that goes over the full document, but I want to break it up in chunks whenever necessary. So this document shows United States District Court, Northern District of Georgia, Atlanta Division, United States of America versus Ernest, Ernest Williams. File date was July 6, 2005. All right, so judgment in criminal case. For offenses committed on or after November 1st, 1987, the defendant pled guilty to count 1 of the indictment. Accordingly, the defendant is adjudged guilty of such counts, which involves the following offense. Title, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to read those little headings there. 18 U.S.C. Section 1344, 1349, and 2. Bank fraud, count 1. The defendant is sentenced as provided in pages 2 through 5 of this judgment. The sentence is imposed pursuant to the Sentencing Reform Act of 1984. It is ordered that the defendant shall pay the special assessment of $100, which shall be due immediately. It is further ordered that the defendant shall notify the United States Attorney of this district within 30 days of any change of name, residence, or mailing address until all fines, restitution, costs, and special assessments imposed by this judgment are fully paid. So they have his social, date of birth, 1965, date of imposition of sentence, June 29, 2005, and his address was in Smyrna, Georgia. This was signed June 30th, 2005 by Orinda D. Evans, United States District Judge. So page 2, imprisonment. The defendant is hereby committed to the custody of the United States Bureau of Prisons to be imprisoned for a term of 37 months. That's a little over 3 years. The defendant shall surrender for service of sentence at the institution designated by the Bureau of Prisons before 2 p.m. on August 5th, 2005. Supervised release. From imprisonment, the defendant shall be on a supervised release for term of 5 years. While on supervised release, the defendant shall not commit another federal, state, or local crime and shall not illegally possess a controlled substance. This is just the conditions of his release, so I'm not going to read that. If y'all want to pause and read, y'all can. Standard conditions of supervision. I'm not going to read that part. Restitution. So here's a key part here. The name of payee. He has to pay SunTrust Bank $9,673.88. This is SunTrust Bank in Atlanta, Georgia. The defendant shall make fine payments from any wages he may earn in prison in accordance with the Bureau of Prisons Financial Responsibility Program. Any portions of the fine that is not paid in full at the time of the defendant's release from imprisonment shall become a condition of supervision and be paid at the monthly rate of not less than 175 buckaroos. All right, here we go. United States versus Ernest Williams. Background. This is the criminal indictment, December 14, 2004. At all times relevant to this indictment, SunTrust Bank is a bank whose deposits are insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. There is a SunTrust Bank branch office located inside the Publix supermarket at 2900 Delk Road, Marietta, Georgia. B. Link Systems Incorporated. Link is a Georgia corporation with its headquarters located at 600 Morgan Falls Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Link is a provider of electronic payment processing services. In particular, Link processes merchant credit card account debits and credits, including providing credits to individuals from its merchant clients. Wine About It is a wine store located at 22240 Salamo, Wesleyan, Oregon. It uses Link to process its credit card payments and credits. I didn't know the wine place was in Oregon. Count 1, bank fraud. Number 2, from on or about October 27, 2004, and continuing through on or about November 19, 2004, in the Northern District of Georgia and elsewhere, defendant Ernest Williams, aided and abetted by others unknown to the grand jury, did knowingly execute an attempt to execute a scheme and artifice to obtain monies, funds, and other assets in the custody and control of SunTrust Bank by means of materially false and fraudulent pretenses, representations, and promises. 3, it was part of the scheme and artifice to defraud for the defendant, aided and abetted by others unknown to the grand jury. See, they're saying unknown. So Ernesto, big fish. I ain't see nobody else's name on this, but moving on. Unknown to the grand jury, so they don't even care, to cause a credit to be made from Wine About It to defendant's bank account at SunTrust in the amount of $267,453.22. Number 4, it was further part of the scheme and artifice to defraud that the $267,453.22 credit would be processed by Link, and that Link would contact SunTrust and electronically transfer the funds to the defendant's SunTrust account. Why? Number 5, it was further part of the scheme and artifice to defraud that the defendant then attempted to withdraw the wired funds from his SunTrust account, said funds being under the custody and control of SunTrust, by requesting a cashier's check from the SunTrust Bank located at the Publix supermarket at 2900 Delk Road, Marietta, Georgia. So his little raggedy butt didn't want to go to the bank. He went to the bank in a supermarket. Ooh, this is hilarious. And it's not supposed to throw off any red flags that there's a wine store giving a credit to someone, doesn't matter the race, $250,000, and he shows up to the supermarket at SunTrust Bank. I'll take a cashier's check, please. Thank you kindly. Thank you. All right, number 6. On or about November 19, 2004, in the Northern District of Georgia and elsewhere, the defendant Ernest Williams, aided and abetted by others unknown to the grand jury, having devised and intending to devise the scheme and artifice alleged in paragraphs 1 through 5 hereof, did attempt to execute said scheme to obtain monies, funds, and other assets under the custody and control of SunTrust Bank, a financial institution, by means of obtaining a false credit in the amount of $267,453.22 in defendant's SunTrust bank account, and then attempting to withdraw funds in violation of Title 18, United States Code Sections 1344, 1349, and 2. A true bill. David Nemias, United States Attorney. Aaron Danzig, Assistant United States Attorney. So I wonder how long he waited to show up and get that. I think he's talked about this, or I read it somewhere else where they told him they called him. Was this the same situation where they called him to come up to the bank to get his money, then they arrested him? But anyway, my question is, after looking at this and after him pleading guilty and being sentenced to 3 years, how did this Negro get a SunTrust bank account in 2019? How? He should be on the record. His name should send off fire alarms, smoke signals, set off the showers. I mean, they should just they should have came arrested him as soon as he tried to open that account. I mean, did he do it online? I mean, like, how did he open this SunTrust account? And then here he is in these texts, 3/20/24, saying, I believe I started that account with SunTrust in 2019. I switched over to Truist in 2022. And here, my movements financially at the time was SunTrust, and the 4 checks were written out of Orange County, California. I was using Wells Fargo Bank while in Inglewood, California, around the corner from my place, because there wasn't a SunTrust Bank in LA. So it should show me using my SunTrust Bank card. I think that was in between transferring banks at the time. Wow. So please, if you know anything about banking, why was Ernesto allowed to get another SunTrust account if he went to jail for bank fraud against SunTrust for $250,000? And he's claiming he's innocent, and he's wondering what evidence, or how did they have all this evidence on him? It's like, if you do something electronic, or you do something where there could be video, if you're doing something through your phone, they got you, Ernesto. You can change phones, you can change bank accounts, you can change your social, you can change your name. One thing he didn't change was his look, because he thought his looks was going to get him everywhere. He didn't change his look, but he changed names, he changed socials. In a hearing that they had in 2022, they said that this man had 6 socials and 5 date of births. 6 socials and 5 date of births and 1,000 names. I keep trying to find my video where I pulled a snippet from Real Talk Bougie's video where she named off, she listed off his aliases. I need to find it, but he used a lot of different names. It's like, was that stuff working in 2005? I thought technology was a little better than that back then. But he's seeing now in 2024, or even past pandemic, that you can't do it anymore, Nesto. It's a wrap, dude. You got to be a little bit more intelligent. You got to be a little bit more high tech. You got to deal with smarter co-conspirators. I mean, Erica's smart, but you got to deal with smarter people to pull off what you're trying to pull off. Or how about this? Just live an honest life. Be a preacher like Dre suggested. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Please share the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.